All right, beautiful. Thank you for joining me for a yoga and meditation class. We'll do 20 minutes of beginner-friendly floor-based yoga and 20 minutes of beginner-friendly relaxing meditation. My name is Holly. My pronouns are she, her, and you don't need any fancy yoga props or prior experience for this class. All you need is a yoga mat or a carpeted area. All right, so we're going to start in a comfortable seated position. You can sit crisscross applesauce. You can sit with one foot in front of the other. If you need a cushion for underneath your bum, you're welcome to grab that. You can just place your hands on your knees, thighs, roll your shoulders forward a few times, backward a few times, and then just drop your shoulders, sit up nice and tall. And if you'd like, you can close your eyes and take a nice slow inhale through the nose. And a slightly longer, slower exhale. You can exhale through the nose or the mouth, whichever feels meaningful for you. Do that again, inhale through the nose, just starting to arrive in your body, arrive in your yoga practice. And as you exhale, let your exhale be a little bit longer. Just helping to calm the body down. Breathe in. And slowly breathe out. Do two more. Slow inhale. Even slower exhale. Breathe in. And slowly empty out. As you're ready, just return your breath to normal. We'll breathe in and out through the nose for the rest of class. And if at any point, especially in yoga, if there's something that does not feel right for your body, remember that you can always skip a posture or modify something, or you can just really return and focus on your breath again, breath work, like we just did there, intentionally making our exhale longer than the inhale. It's a really beautiful part of yoga. And sometimes when we can't, do a posture with our body, we can instead just refocus, recenter on our breath. And that is a wonderful yoga practice to have. If your eyes are closed, you can open your eyes. Once again, roll your shoulders forward a few times, backward a few times, and then drop your shoulders, lift your chest, sit up nice and tall. We'll start by moving our neck spine. Take an inhale, stretch the crown of your head up. Exhale, tilt your right ear towards right shoulder, stretching the left side neck. And it's worth noting that I'm not mirroring you, so it might look like I'm moving my head to the left when in fact I'm moving my head to the right. You are welcome to follow my words or my body movement. Either way, just know that I will do the right side of postures first, unless I forget, which sometimes happens. Slowly roll your head down, chin to chest, let your head hang heavy. Look down the center line of your body, drop your shoulders. And then bring your left ear towards left shoulder, stretching the right side neck. Keep the shoulders out of the ears. Notice if you're leaning to one side, evenly distribute your body weight on both sit bones, so it's just your neck moving. Good. Slowly roll your head down again, chin to chest. Sit up tall, so just the neck moving. You're not hunching forward or leaning forward. Look down. And as you're ready, start to lift your nose and chin, look straight ahead, and then look up towards the ceiling. Keep tilting the chin up, look up, or even back. You can let your head relax all the way back, eyes open, mouth closed, still breathing through the nose. Good. Slowly roll your head back, look straight ahead. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale through your nose, look over right shoulder. So then spine moves in 6 different directions, right, left, backward, forward, twisting to each side. And we will do all of those even in a 20-minute yoga class. Look back and slowly, carefully unwind. Good. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale through your nose, look over left shoulder. So 2 tools in yoga. One is your breath, right? You can use your breath to go deeper into postures. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, twist. And the other tool is your eyesight. So when you can't move your body anymore, look in the direction where you want it to go. Look for the wall behind you. Good. Slowly, carefully unwind. Bend your left leg, kick your right leg out. The wider you open the leg, the more you'll feel an inner thigh stretch. Good. Take your right hand outside of your right thigh, slightly flex your right toes back. And on your inhale breath, lengthen your arm up and overhead. Exhale, drop the shoulder. Good. Option to stay here or bend your right arm, placing forearm on thigh. Option to stay here or bend your left elbow, pat yourself on the back for practicing yoga today. Good. We're just starting to wake up the spine. You're stretching the left side body and gently compressing the right side body. Don't collapse. Good. If your left arm is bent, straighten your left arm. If your right hand is on right thigh, put your right hand out on the floor, push yourself up. Good. Take your left hand outside of left thigh, kick the left leg out, right leg in, gently flex your toes back, other side, reach your right arm long overhead, drop the shoulder. Notice if you start to lean way to the left, drop your right hip down, right knee down. Option to stay here or take left forearm to left thigh, getting a little deeper. Option to stay here or bend your right elbow and pat yourself on the back for something else you're proud of this week. It's always a moment for some affirmation in our yoga practice. Good. If your elbow is bent, straighten your arm. If your left forearm is on left thigh, put your left hand on the floor, push yourself up and take your right hand back down to the floor. Keep your left leg out, kick your right leg out. Can take a moment, stick your butt out a little bit, point your toes, flex your toes. You can draw circles clockwise, counterclockwise, maybe windshield wiper, and then gently flex your toes back. Take an inhale breath, stretch your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Hands to floor. Rather than dropping your head and looking down, look forward, roll the shoulders back and down, press your chest forward, stick your butt out a little bit so that your back stays nice and flat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Good. Walk yourself back up. Take your hands outside of your thighs and squeeze your legs together. And again, you can point your toes, flex your toes, maybe windshield wiper, or draw circles clockwise, counterclockwise, working out the ankles, and then flex your toes back, especially your pinky toes. Stick your butt out a little bit. Good. Inhale, lengthen up. Good. Beautiful. Exhale, fold. Hands to the floor. You can have your hands outside of your hips, your thighs, your knees, your calves. Roll the shoulders back and down. Spiral your inner thighs down, flex the little toes back so the soles of the feet are flat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Good. Slowly walk your hands back in. And we're going to bend our knees once again, coming back into Sukhasana, easy pose with one foot in front of the other. This is the most coordinated part of class. We're going to take a moment, identify left, identify right. Here we go. Ready? Inhale, sweep your arms up, palms together. Good. Exhale, take left hand to right knee, right hand close behind you like a second spine for a twist. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, look back. Good. Notice if you're leaning to the right, lean a little to the left. Evenly distribute your body weight on both sit bones. And again, you can use your breath and your eyesight to get deeper. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, look over your right shoulder and twist. Good. Slowly, carefully unwind, come back to center. No rush, drop the shoulders, sit up tall. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Palms together, beautiful. Exhale, take right hand to left knee, left hand close behind you. Drop the shoulders, lift the chest. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, look over left shoulder twist. Drop your shoulders, lean a little to the right. Pull the abdomen in, look back, look for the wall behind you, look over your shoulder. Drop your tailbone down. Lengthen, rise up through the crown of your head. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, look back, twist. Good. Slowly, carefully unwind, come back to center. Great. We're going to come on to all fours for a tabletop position. If you have tight toes or ankles or knees, you're welcome to roll up your mat so there's extra padding under any delicate joints. From here, you want to come on to all fours with your hands about shoulder width distance, wrists under shoulders, and knees about hip width distance, knees under hips. We're making a nice tabletop with our back here. You're just going to move your hips left and right a little bit, getting some motion in the hips. Then maybe draw circles with your body, clockwise and counterclockwise, pressing down through the knuckles. Keep your neck long, shoulders out of the ears. Good. And then come back into a neutral position. Spread your fingers wide. Press your knuckles down. Look slightly forward. Take an inhale through your nose.
And on the exhale, round your spine. We're going into cat pose, meow, rounding our spine like a cat. Push the floor away from you, drop your head down, press your hips to your ribs, ribs to your hips, draw your navel in towards your spine. On your next inhale, cow pose, move your abdomen down, stick your butt up, roll your shoulders back and down, looking up and back. So cat and cow are complementary postures. Keep your shoulders out of your ears. Exhale back into your cat pose, meow, round your spine, spread your shoulders apart. Think about extending through the spine, rounding the spine as you compress and squeeze into the abdominal wall. Inhale, cow pose. Now we're squeezing, compressing the spine and stretching, opening through the abdominal wall, looking up and back. Last round, exhale into your cat pose. Make it feel good, right? Not forcing the body, just enjoying this moment in your own body and your own breath. And as you're ready, inhale into your cow. Good. Exhale into a neutral spine position. From here, you're going to move your hips to the right and look over your right shoulder, almost like you're a dog and you're chasing your own tail. So now we're stretching the left side body, compressing right side body. Good. Slowly move your hips and head back to center. Other side, swing your hips to the left and look over your left shoulder. Good. Very nice. And then come back to center, hips over knees, shoulders over wrists. Take an inhale, reach your right arm up, look up towards the ceiling. We're going to thread the needle. Exhale, take your right arm underneath your left arm, right shoulder to floor, right ear to floor. Option to keep your left hand on the floor or reach your left arm overhead and reach behind you in a half bind. Grab your right thigh with your left hand. If thread the needle does not feel right for your body or is not accessible today, you can come up into a seated position and take a different shoulder stretch. You'll take your right arm out to the right, swipe it across your body, bend your left arm up and pull back. And now you have the same shoulder stretch, but without having to put your body weight on the upper body. If you're in thread the needle and your left hand is draped behind you for a bind, start by reaching your left hand up to the ceiling and then place your left hand back on the floor close to your face, push down. Everybody together, unthread the needle, inhale, reach your right arm up, look up. And exhale, place your right hand back onto the floor, back into your tabletop position. Good, let's do the other side. Inhale, reach your left arm up, look up. Nice little spine twist, shoulder opener here. Exhale, thread the needle, take your left arm underneath your right arm, left ear to the floor. Option to keep your right hand on the floor or reach up, drape behind you, catch your left thigh with your right hand for a bind. So nice little shoulder opener, right? Chest opener, a little bit of a spine twist as well. Breathe. If your right hand is draped behind you for a bind, reach your right arm up towards the ceiling. Place your right hand on the floor close to your head, press down. Everybody together, unthread the needle. Inhale, reach your left arm up, look up. Good. Exhale, take your left hand back down to the floor. Very nice. From here, you're going to straighten your right leg back, flex your toes back so that your big toe is on the floor. This is option one. Option two, lift your right leg off the floor, still flexing the toes back, drop the right hip down, square off the hips. This is option two. Option three, take your opposite arm, your left arm forward, thumb towards the ceiling, pinky towards the floor, shoulders out of the ears, neck long, breathe here. Good, slowly return your left hand to the floor, right foot to the floor, bend the right knee back into tabletop, other side. Straighten your left leg, flex your toes back. Option one is to keep the left big toe on the floor. Option two, lift the left leg off the floor. Try to square the hips, so left hip down. Option three, reach your right arm forward. Pinky towards the floor, thumb towards the ceiling, shoulders out of the ears, neck long, breathe. Good, and take your right hand back down to the floor, left foot to the floor, bend the left knee. From here, you're gonna tuck both toes under, open your knees, bring your feet together, and start to walk your hands back. I'm going to stay right here because of a toe injury, but this is a really good toe stretch. Eventually, right, you could sit all the way back. So a little bit goes a long way. Keep the shoulders out of the ears. If you're sitting back on your toes, you can even bring your hands together in prayer, sitting up nice and tall. Take a breath here. In yoga, every part of the body gets a stretch, even the toes, even the ankles and Achilles. Great. If you're seated back on your heels, you're going to put your hands on the floor in front of you, walk your hands forward again, untuck your toes, and then you can actually tap out your toes here. Always feels good after. Good. And from here, we're going to take a wide-legged child's pose, feet together, knees apart about hip width distance. Start to move your hips back and reach your arms forward, right? Your child's pose might look like this, might look like this with your forehead on the floor and your hips lifted. Eventually, you're going to move the hips back and reach the arms forward at the same time. So now we're stretching out through the hips, the inner thighs, the lower, middle, upper back. Reach your arms forward, press your hips back, take an inhale, feel your ribs expand. And then exhale, let your body relax down onto the floor. Good. Look forward, walk your hands in under you. You're going to press yourself up. And if you'd like a counter stretch, take your hands behind you. You can even interlace fingers, press your hands down, lift your chin and chest up, getting a nice little back bend, heart opener here. Good. And then slowly come into a spine neutral position. If you have your hands behind you, release your hands. If your mat is rolled up, you can stretch out your mat, and then we're going to lie on our abdomen for a little bit of back work, right? So we're going to start with in Sphinx pose with your arms bent, palms on the floor, hands about shoulder width distance, feet about hip width distance. This is called Sphinx pose. Press down through the forearms. Notice if the shoulders are in the ears. Push the elbows down, lift the chin and chest up, roll the shoulders back and down. Keep a nice long back. Inhale and exhale. Good. Slowly lower down, forehead to floor, bend your elbows out, hands in. Take a moment here to reset. Look forward, place your hands on the floor below your shoulders for a version of Cobra pose. Keep your feet about hip width distance. Press your feet into the floor, press your hands into the floor, look up and lift. Belly button stays on the floor. Roll the shoulders back and down. Again, feet stay hip width distance. Press the feet down, press your hands down, look up. Keep your shoulders out of the ears. Good. And slowly lower back down, bend the elbows out, hands in, forehead to floor, reset. Good. Look forward. This time you're going to bring your arms forward, palms face in. Imagine you have a volleyball in between your hands and you're holding that. Keep your feet hip width distance, point your toes, lift your thighs and chest off the floor. A little bit of Superman action here. Shoulders back and down. Again, imagine you're holding this volleyball in your hands, squeeze it. And slowly lower down. Take your elbows out, forehead to floor, reset. Good. Look forward, arms out to the side like airplane wings. Keep your feet about hip width distance. Point your toes, look up and lift. Good. Palms face the floor. You can spread your fingers wide, drop your shoulders down, look up and breathe. Slowly lower back down, forehead to floor, reset. Last one, look forward, bring your arms down by your sides, palms facing in, so thumbs towards the floor, pinkies towards the ceiling, point your toes, look up and lift. Imagine you have a number 2 pencil between your shoulder blades, squeeze shoulder blade scapula together, try to get your feet, maybe even your knees off the floor, and maybe one more rib off the floor. And slowly lower back down. This time, arms down, palms face the ceiling. You can bring your big toes together, let your heels fall open. Look to your right, left ear on your mat. Inhale, body rise. Exhale, body fall. Gently lift your head, look to the other side, right ear on your mat. Breathe in. And slowly breathe out. Good. As you're ready, look forward, place your hands on the floor. You're going to press yourself up and then turn and lie on your back. So now, after lying on our abdomen, we are lying on our spine. Bend your knees so that your feet are about hip width distance. You want your ankles underneath your knees. Palms face the floor, arms straight. Bring your arms underneath you, so one day thumbs touch. Spread your fingers wide, press down through your knuckles and shoulders. Press your heels down, squeeze your butt, lift your hips and lift. Lifting up through the hips, keep your head on the floor, chin slightly to chest so your neck is long. This is our bridge pose. Good, slowly lower down. Keep your left foot on the floor. Lift your right foot off the floor, cross your right ankle over your left thigh for supine figure 4. Option to stay here or lift your left foot off the floor, hugging your thighs in towards your abdomen. And if you'd like, you can even take your right hand in between your legs, left hand outside of left thigh, and interlace your fingers behind your left thigh. This is a great side seat stretch, a good hip opener. It's really good if you have sciatic nerve pain. Try to keep 2 shoulders, hips, and your head on the floor. Good, release the grip from the back of your leg, take your left foot down to the floor, right foot down to the floor, other side, keeping right foot on the floor, cross left ankle over right thigh, and when you're ready, lift your right foot up. And if it feels good, you can interlace your fingers behind your right thigh and pull down. You might notice that this side feels different from the other side, right? And that's okay. A little bit goes a long way. Breathe. And release. Return your right foot to the floor, left foot to the floor. Happy baby. Lift both feet off the floor, flex your toes back, keep your knees bent. You're welcome to grab the backs of your hamstrings or knees, or you can even grab your feet from the outside. I like to have elbows inside, feet outside. From here, we're going to rock out our spine, rocking right and left, rolling out the back. And maybe as you roll to the left, straighten your left leg and then pull back to center. When you roll to the right, straighten the right leg, pull back to center, good. And then come back into a neutral position, flex your toes back, pull the knees down. From here, release any grip you have on your feet or the backs of your legs. Place your hands outside of your knees and bring your knees and feet together. Relax your feet, hug your thighs in towards your chest like you're giving yourself a hug. Take your arms out to the side, palms face up, and roll to the right so that your left hip stacks on top of your right hip. You can keep the back of your head on the floor or look to the left. Left ear on the floor, nice little spine twist at the end of class. Try to keep the left shoulder down. If you're looking over left shoulder, slowly roll your head back to center and then move your hips back to center, other side. Roll to the left, right hip stacks on top of left hip, right shoulder on the floor. And if you'd like, you can look over your right shoulder, bringing the right ear down. It's a good spine twist, a nice abdominal wall twist as well, good for digestion, especially during seasonal transitions. If you're looking to the right, roll your head back to center and then roll your right hip back down to the floor. You're gonna lift your head, tuck your chin to your chest, give yourself a big hug. You can grab your knees, your elbows, take an inhale through your nose, contract every muscle in your body. You can even make a funny face. And when you're ready, open your mouth wide, exhale through your mouth, release your body down to the floor. Final Savasana. Inhale, body rise. And exhale, body fall. Breathe in. And breathe out. We'll next start to transition into meditation. For this meditation, you are welcome to continue to lie down, or you can slowly make your way up into a seated position. Take your time. This is a mindful space, right? So just know that there's no rush. If you'd like, you can grab a cushion for underneath your bum if you're sitting up. You can sit crisscross applesauce. You can sit in Sukhasana with one foot in front of the other. And as we get situated mindfully, I'll explain a little bit of what meditation is and what meditation is not. So sometimes people think of meditation as an absence of all thought. I instead think of it as compassionate mind control. So we're just learning to compassionately observe patterns of thought. And also we're learning how to hone those thoughts so that, you know, if we start to if our mind starts to wander, our body starts to fidget, meditation offers us an opportunity to practice returning to the breath, returning to the present moment. And we're going to be nice to ourselves while we do it, right? Sometimes outside of meditation, when my mind wanders, I can be kind of hard on myself if I'm having trouble focusing. But in meditation, we're being really loving and compassionate towards ourselves, cultivating that as well.
There's no such thing as a good meditator or a bad meditator. There are simply people who meditate and people who do not. So for the sake of today, you're meditating, good for you. Try to leave any sort of judgment towards yourself or your experience or others outside of your practice. Once you found yourself in a comfortable seated position, I encourage you to sit or lie still. Of course, from time to time, if you need to adjust, you're welcome to. But in general, we're inviting ourselves into a little bit of intentional stillness and silence. I'm now going to light a candle as a symbolic gesture that we are entering into an intentional time, being intentional with our breath, intentional with our thoughts, intentional with our body movements. For this meditation, you are welcome to close your eyes. If closing your eyes is distracting, you can do a soft, fuzzy gaze just beyond the tip of your nose. And we're just going to take 1 minute here just to be still and breathe and observe any thoughts or feelings that come up in this stillness. For some of us, that might be the first minute that we've had today just to be still and breathe. It might have felt like a lifetime or, the flick of an eye, blink of an eye. It might have been really peaceful and relaxing, or it might have been a little bit jarring. And again, there's no good or bad here. We're not assigning judgment to what came up for us. We're just giving ourselves space to observe and reflect. Right, so sometimes we find stillness or silence boring, or even we might feel a little bit anxious, or sometimes it's such a relief. And these are all, interesting things to reflect on, right? But there's no judgment assigned to them. Our thoughts and our feelings are like clouds. Sometimes they pass quickly. Sometimes they linger all day. Sometimes they're gray, stormy, rainy. Other times they're white and fluffy. We even try to make shapes or meaning out of them. It's important to remember that you are not the clouds, you are the sky. And through meditation, we can compassionately observe our patterns of thought and emotion without attaching to them. We'll take another minute just to be still and enjoy our own company. This is a meditation on joy. What does joy feel like to you? What does joy feel like in your body? Joy, joy. And where do you feel it in your body? In your chest or abdomen? fingertips, or the nape of your neck. Just allow yourself to feel joy and locate where it is that you're feeling it in your body. Allow this sense of joy to permeate you from the top of your head all the way to the tips of your toes. You might also observe if you're feeling resistance to joy, maybe because it's been a hard day, or you don't feel like you deserve it. And just observe any resistance that's coming up. And give yourself permission, just for now, to feel joy. Or if not, just to imagine what it will feel like in the future when you are open to joy. Hold this joy in your heart, in your body, in your mind. And silently repeat to yourself, may I be open to joy. And may I continue to cultivate joy in my life. May I be open to joy. May I continue to cultivate joy in my life. May I be open to joy. May I continue to cultivate joy in my life. And continue to repeat this to yourself for 1 minute. Next, bring to mind a loved one. It can be a dear friend or family member, someone that you've probably experienced a lot of joy with over the years. And holding this person in your mind, in your heart, in your body, silently saying to them, may you be open to joy. May you continue to cultivate joy in your life. May you be open to joy. May you continue to cultivate joy in your life. May you be open to joy. May you continue to cultivate joy in your life. Just repeating this joyous wish towards a loved one for another minute. An inhale breath. A cleansing exhale, letting this dear one go from your mind's eye. Next, bring to mind a neutral person. It could be a neighbor, like you can picture them, but you don't necessarily know their name, or someone, that works at the grocery store that you go to, just a neutral person in your life. Holding this person in your mind, in your heart, in your body. May you be open to joy. May you continue to cultivate joy in your life. May you be open to joy. May you continue to cultivate joy in your life. May you be open to joy. May you continue to cultivate joy in your life. Holding this neutral person with a joyous wish for a minute. Take an inhale breath. And a cleansing exhale, letting this person go from your heart. Next, bring to mind someone that it is difficult to love. Could be someone you know personally, or someone that is a public figure who you struggle with. And remembering that we are all connected and our collective joy, liberation, cessation of suffering lies in one another. So holding this person who's difficult to love, at least for this moment, in your mind, in your heart, in your body. May you be open to joy. May you continue to cultivate joy in your life. May you be open to joy. May you continue to cultivate joy in your life. May you be open to joy. May you continue to cultivate joy in your life. Holding this person in joy for a minute. Noticing any judgments that come up, see if you can just compassionately wish joy for this person. Take an inhale breath. And a cleansing exhale, let that person go. Let them go completely. Now draw your attention to your wider community, your friends, your family, maybe your coworkers, your yoga community, right? And holding your people in your heart, in your mind, in your body. May we be open to joy. May we continue to cultivate joy in one another's lives. Remembering that we cultivate joy not just individually, but collectively. May we collectively be open to joy. May we continue to cultivate joy in one another's lives. May we be open to joy. May we continue to cultivate joy in one another's lives. Expanding this now to the larger circle of humanity, beyond humanity, even animals and insects and trees, sun, oceans, our whole world. May we be open to joy. May we continue to cultivate joy in one another's lives. May we be open to joy. May we continue to cultivate joy in one another's lives, remembering that our joy is collective. May we be open to joy. May we continue to cultivate joy in one another's lives. Now draw your attention back to yourself. May I be open to joy. May I continue to cultivate joy in my life. May I be open to joy. May I continue to cultivate joy in my life. May I be open to joy. May I continue to cultivate joy in my life. Just sitting here with this joy permeating your body, from the crown of your head, down through your shoulders and arms, into your torso and legs, feeling joy in your skin, in your bones, in your organs and bloodstream. And if any resistance comes up, just imagining what that will feel like in the future to feel this joy. May you be open to joy. And may you continue to cultivate joy in your life and the lives of others. You can inhale through your nose, body rise. Exhale through your nose, body fall. Breathe in and empty out. You are welcome to stay in this joyous meditative state for as long as you'd like. Otherwise, I'll count us down from 3, at which point you can open your eyes or make any other gestures that tell your body that you're shifting gear. Inhale through the nose and let it go for 3, 2, 1. I'm now going to blow out this candle as a symbolic gesture that our meditative time is ending. And I am letting the very real smoke clear the air as a reminder that when we take time to sit with intention, we literally change our relationship with the space around us. Thank you for joining. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. Bye, friends.